Happy Friday, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everyone. Depends on where you are in the world. My name is Tamir from Fibonacci-Traders.com here. How was your trading week so far? Especially the last 2 days. We had some bearish all over the place. Bears are in control until proven otherwise. I'm 7 years full-time trader. In my first 2 years, I went through very tough 2 years until I found my own set of rules, my own strategy that works for me so I can be a professional, consistent, profitable trader, and I managed to provide for my family. Not bad. Hi Yael, hi Ophir, hi Ofer, hi Leah. Happy Friday. Thank you very much for joining this live. And as you can see, we have futures over here, the 2 hours. Today I will watch the 2 hours instead of the 4 hours. Here we have futures 15 minutes. We have SPY 15 minutes and SPY 65 minutes. And as you can see on the 2 hours, bulls are trying to save some of their dignity after this bearish flush since September 14th. As you can see, till yesterday, almost 5% to the downside in 7 days. 5 trading days, 5% to the downside. We can say that bears are in control, especially in the last 2 days. Now let's see continuation. If bulls can close this week somehow on a better side, above 43.50, we're heading towards 43.65, below 43.22, and we will close the week around 42.80. Don't be surprised. On the 15 minutes future, we have some kind of a short-term uptrend channel, broke above. Now let's see continuation above 43.50 towards 43.54 and then 43.63, breaking below this channel, and we are heading towards 43.12 and 4300. Don't be surprised if it will happen before Friday's end. On the 65 minutes, while I look at the 65, you already know it. 6 candles of 65 minutes gives us full daily candle. 1 hour, on the other hand, the last candle is always, as you can see, always, it's a 30 minutes candle, so it's 6.5 candles. We want full candles. So we look at the 65 minutes. Yesterday, not so good for bulls. 431, as you can see, we took swing high, swing low, 43. It's a Fibonacci extension to the future. Once we understand how to work with Fibonacci, with candlestick analysis, it gives us everything that we need for the future. SPY in the 15 minutes, trend lines are everything. As you can see here, yesterday and the day before, yesterday, inside this downtrend channel, broke below towards where? The next trend line that came all the way from here, September 8th. Breaking below this trend line, no need to guess, we are heading towards this trend line. Breaking above this trend line, we are heading towards this trend line. Above this one, we are heading towards this one. But overall, if you look and the total picture, always zoom out to get a better point of view of price action, and you can clearly see the trends are to the downside. What else do we have? Crude oil on the 4 hours chart, some kind of retracement. I'm waiting to see a break above this upper trend line to above the 91 area, and then we are heading back towards to the 92 and then towards 97 and maybe all the way towards 100 before end of September. Qs on the 65 minutes. Nothing much for bulls to be proud of. We had a double top scenario. We talked about this double top scenario in the beginning of the week. Now, 334, 335 to the downside is the next support. Let's see if today we can hold above the 361 towards 365 to the upside, closing yesterday's gap. One candle at a time. Overall trend, bearish. If you did not see my Thursday's stock market recap, we will do a very fast recap. SPY 431 needs to hold, otherwise we are heading towards the 423. Next week we have 438 gap, we have this gap overhead, we have this gap overhead, but in my opinion this gap will get filled before the next leg up, if we will get the next leg up. For now, as you can see, in just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, vanished 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All this uptrend from August 18 towards September 1st vanished, let's say, in 3.5 trading days. 2 weeks of gains vanished in 3.5 trading days. This is the power of the bears. Going up in stairs, going down in a bungee. Let me just move my phone to silent mode. QQQ 361 now is the resistance. We have a gap, yesterday's gap over here. We can mark it with the blue line. 354, 355 needs to hold. Otherwise, this double top, we have top over here, all this area. And I'm getting a lot of questions. Does a double top must be at the same price? No, it needs to be at the same area. It's like you're writing an M. The M letter needs to be same. If you don't see it, it's not there. You can see here, if you go to this one, you can see here some kind of an M. Breaking below the 354, and we're heading straight towards the 333. Dow Jones broke below this major trend line support. Now this trend line will become a very tough resistance. Let's see, this gap 339 needs to get filled. Then we are heading towards the 336. Below it, we are heading towards the 332. IWM, this pattern, as we talked about few weeks back, this head and shoulders, we are heading towards this gap at the 176. A jump, maybe a jump, some kind of a bounce, dead cat bounce of the 176 back to this gap at the 180. But until proven otherwise, IWM is heading south towards the 170 and the 166. Bitcoin, nothing much. This trend line still resistance. 26,500 needs to hold the support. Below it, we're heading back towards the 25,600. Ethereum, same thing, basically moving sideways. All the crypto land, not much of an interest. SOXX, sorry, another gap to the upside. Now, gap to the downside, with the gap is up because we had a gap to the downside. 461 now needs to hold. Otherwise, we are heading towards the 447 and towards this gap at the 433. On the other hand, the inverted ETF of SOXX, which is the SOXS, the 3X bear ETF. Let's see. Yesterday's gap needs to get filled. The 1160 needs to hold and bounce towards the 1270 and then close this gap to the upside. Apple, what do we have here? Double top of this area. This gap is still open. 173 needs to hold. A weekly close below 173. And this gap at the 166 will get filled next week. Of course, it's only my opinion. Nothing is 100%. Microsoft, nothing much. 317 needs to hold below 3. Let me know that you see me well and hear me. Hi, Iran. Happy Friday. Hi, Noam. Thank you very much for joining. Thank you, Yael, for watching. Hi, Yoel. Again, 12% on AMGN. She's moving up and down for a year. I think to wait maximum 6% more. And then you sell half. What do you think? I will check it a little bit later. Shopify continuing to sell off. We have another gap over here now. Thank you, Iran. 54 now needs to hold, otherwise we're heading towards the 51 and then towards this gap over here. You remember we said that if the 63 will fail to hold, we are heading towards south. Same price action we had here. We are now to the downside. Tesla. Hi, John. Thank you very much for taking your time and joining us. I appreciate it very much. Tesla with another gap over here. This yellow trend line needs to get retested once again as support. All this area, the 247, needs to get retested as support before the next leg up. Overall, I must say, Tesla, relative strength to the rest of the market. Nvidia heading towards the 395 gap. Let's see a bounce of the 387 back towards this purple trend line that will become a very tough resistance for price action in the future. AMD continuing to slide down towards this red line. We might get some kind of a dead cat bounce of this red line towards the 100, maybe closing this gap before continuation to the downside. And as long as AMD is inside between these two red lines, we are going south. What else do we have? Let's see some interesting stocks that I'm following or maybe swing. I'm waiting for a touch on WRB at 64.50. I need to see that this area will hold and then we can take long towards 65 and 67. Williams-Sonoma, WSM, looks like bulls are giving up this area. We can take short position below the 139 towards 130 and our initial stop loss will be the 145.30. Lululemon, great example of why on the first break we don't take any action. Wednesday broke up above and yesterday went back inside this downtrend channel. Let's see where Lulu will end the week and then we will decide. ABBV 155, very tough resistance. If bulls of ABBV will give up on this area, we're heading south below the 152 and then we can take short. We always prepare for both sides. We prepare to go long, we prepare to go short. Never be biased. Follow price, use Fibonacci levels as your guide for future price action, for future support in case of short, resistance in case of long. Check the Fibonacci-Traders Academy playlist, 25 videos on how to become a better trader. It's free. Each video, 10, 15 minutes max on the technical side and the psychology behind trading. Check it out. You have nothing to lose. Let's see futures. Futures coming back inside this channel. The 43.50. We still have another 1 hour and 15 minutes. Let's see if they can break above it towards the 43.65. This is why we always zoom out, zoom in to get a better point of view of price action. What else? Who did I miss? Hi Tal, happy Friday. Hi Tomer, thank you very much. Shabbat Shalom. Hi Shavit. Let's see what are your requests. Any questions about technical analysis in general? About the psychology behind trading? AMGN. AMGN, we talked about it. And if you follow me on Twitter, I also post it on Twitter. We have this purple trend line. Tough resistance for the higher highs. But every time price reached this trend line, it got rejected. Yesterday, once again, with an inside candle. Now, we can take Fibonacci to give us the next support and resistance for price action. Below 267.80, we are heading towards the 263. Below it, 258. Long continuation, weekly close above this area, above the 274, and then with high probability, we are heading towards the 290, but the overall sentiment in the market now is bearish, so taking swings is going against the trend. Swing long, I mean, is going against the trend. You can take it if you see the setup for swing long. I don't say don't take it, but you are going against the overall market sentiment. So be careful and manage your risk accordingly. Maybe smaller size. What else do we have? Mobileye. Let's check it. Mobileye. Let's clean the chart. I don't remember when I did it. We have the 39 area. If you look left, very important level of support. Resistance. Wednesday broke up. Yesterday, with all the bearish sentiment, Mobileye with an inside day closed above and held above this red line, which is good sign. Now, can we get continuation towards 42.80 and then towards 44, 45 and 47, 47, all this area will be very tough resistance. But if you're already long on Mobileye, manage your risk according to ATR, according to Fibonacci, according to your own risk tolerance. And as you can see, Fibonacci already gave us this gap to the upside, which will become resistance, and then 45 and all this area around the 48. What else do we have? Hood. We had this trend line, broke, not relevant anymore. Let's clean the chart. Let's do it once again. We have a gap, yesterday's gap. This one is not relevant also. So what do we see here on Hood? We are on Friday. Check the weekly. What do you see on Hood? Downtrend. Until proven otherwise, you have this trend line that connects the higher lows since June of 2022. Looks like Hood is on its way to retest this trend line once again around 9. If you're looking to go long, no long yet. Downtrend until proven otherwise. You can take also Fibonacci. Next is the 947 and then this yellow line with the 9 area. If you're already long on Hood, in my opinion, take the money and run away. But it's only my opinion. Never listen to me. Never listen to anyone on social media. Listen to get ideas. But never listen to anyone on social media to tell you what to do. And it doesn't matter how many subscribers or followers they have. They don't know you, you don't know them. They don't know your risk tolerance. You don't know their risk tolerance and their strategy. It's your money. Take care of your money. Don't fall in love with stocks. It's only stocks. It's names. You can also do like this. If you want, how do I do it? 1 second. No need. Now, you don't see the name. So what do you care? Which name is it? What do you see? Downtrend. What do you care what's the name of this stock? I don't care. What do you see? Downtrend. Until when? No one knows. Until proven otherwise. You have trend lines that shows you the way. The way is down. So why fight the trend? Why to look for something that it's not there? Disney? In this case, it's Disney. Nice theme parks, Mickey Mouse, nice movies. My daughters love Disney, but it doesn't matter. The stock goes south. What else? Garmin. It's been few months since I heard this name. Last time it was February of 2023. Since then, nothing much. What do you see? Ignore the name. Support, that was resistance. Resistance became support. Now, all this area, resistance once again. Just bouncing up and down between the 107 and the 101, 100 and 108 to the upside. Long continuation above 108. Short below 101. If you want, you can take Fibonacci to show you the way. This is the way to the downside. All the supports to the downside. Take Fibonacci to the upside, and here you have it. All the future resistance for price action. What else do we have? Devon Energy. What do you see here? Nothing. Downtrend till proven otherwise. It had a very nice trend line that held the higher lows until it broke Tuesday. Broke to the downside, and since then, as you can see, bears are getting stronger and stronger. Each and every selling candle is getting bigger and bigger. Also the price, the volume, sorry, is getting higher and higher. Next, 45 to the downside. You can take also Fibonacci from here. 46, then 44. What else? NCLH. It was on my list, my top stocks to watch, but I'm waiting for validation above the 1755, and then we will go long. For now, it's going to the downside. Let's see all this area. The 1677 needs to hold. Let's see if it can bounce towards the 1755. I have an alert above this area. It will not be this week. Of course, maybe next week. It's on my watch list also for next week. What else do we have? This is for this. I think you meant strategy. This strategy is for long as well. Which strategy? Everything. Long, short. It's all candles, Fibonacci, and trend lines. That's it. Doesn't matter if you go short, if you go long, and on which time frame. It doesn't matter. What else do we have? PLTR, Palantir. What do we have here? What do you see on Palantir? You tell me. Ignore the name. What do you see? What is the price action that you are seeing here? You had high, higher high. Now you have lower high and a very important level of support, the 1370. What do you see? Lower highs. Below this one, we are heading south. 2021, 1880. In my opinion, below 2021, this gap will get filled sooner than you think. Why? Look at this price action to the upside. The same price action to the upside, once this area will get broken to the downside, the 1370, 13 to the downside, all this, you will get the same price action, but to the downside, all the way closing this gap. So if you are long on PLTR, this is the time to manage your risk, manage the position very, very tight. What else do we have? You, thank you. No, thank you. Lucky we don't have stock called me. Let's see, do we have me? Here, have me, thank me. What is this? 23andMe. Sounds like a Hollywood teenage movie. 23andMe. Let's bring back the watermark. You. South until proven otherwise. 32. We have a gap. Yesterday's gap. Nothing much on you. Some will see inverted cup and handle. Cup, handle. I don't want my coffee in this kind of cup. South until proven otherwise. Nothing much here. You can take Fibonacci. Shows you the way. And the way is towards the 30. And then 28, 26. And maybe even 25. You have trend lines to show you the way. The way is south. What else do we have? Pep. Guardiola or the drink? PepsiCo. As you can see, it was on my top stocks to watch for the past week, but it did not validate. Now it's going towards the 173. Below it, continue south towards the 168. For now, it's out of my list. No long that I see. And the weekly, always zoom out. Look at the weekly. 2 weeks of gains. This week, vanished. 173 needs to hold. 180 area, very tough resistance. So if you're looking to go long on Pep, for now, it's only above 181. If it will break to the downside, we will look for a bounce off the 168 area, same as did here. Downtrend, bounce. So for now on Pep, nothing much. As opposed to Pep in City, which is doing pretty well. What else do we have? MU. If you still did not hit the like or subscribe, please do. It takes 1 second to do it, and it will mean very much to me. It will help me to grow the channel, reach broader audience, and help others to shorten the very rough learning curve to become consistent, profitable trader. You can be a consistent trader. You can be a consistent losing trader. This is what I did in my 2nd year since I began this journey. I was consistent in losing. I want you all to become consistent, profitable traders. MU going to the downside. 67 is next. Below it, 66. What else? I took grab PLTR. Lower. Manage your risk. It's going lower. Thank you, Tamir. Good Shabbat. And Gmar. Thank you very much, Soccer Daddy. Gmar Hadima Tova to you. And to all of my viewers. Yom Kippur is coming up. Google. We just went through Google. And I see you did not watch the daily stock market review every day. 12 a.m. Eastern Time. Hit the notification bell so you will get the notification for the daily stock market review. Google, continue to the down. 128 is next support. Below it, we are heading towards the 123. Today, I must say, I don't think it will be continue bears sentiment. We will get some kind of a bounce. Bulls will try to gain power today, but overall, bears sentiment all across the board. Look at the weekly, Google's weekly. 3 weeks, 3 weeks, vanished in 4 trading days, and we still have Friday. 3 weeks of gains vanished in 1. So what does it tell you? Nothing much to go long on. What else? What else? A lot of stocks looking bad. Yeah. The overall market, the overall sentiment is bearish. Let's take a look. Here we see the futures still inside. 43.43 is holding. Below it, we're heading towards this trend line. Let's see if we can get 15 or 30 minutes above the 43.50, and then we're heading towards 43.63. Hi Shavit. IONQ. What do you see? You tell me, what do you see? Double top, 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 and all this area is the neckline. Without checking Yael, NEO is going south. You know it. Nothing changed. Pre-market, NEO, 3.8% to the upside. IONQ, below 13. We are heading towards 1140 and 888. 888, by the way, in China, 8 is a lucky number. Ba ba ba. Ba is 8. Ba 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 is a very lucky number in China. 4 in China is a very bad number, because if you say 4 in Chinese the wrong way, the wrong pronunciation, it's death. What else? Annette. Annette, 177, holding. It was a very important level of support. Breaking down and under 172. Below 172, we have a gap that needs to get filled. And the sooner the better. We also have this trend line over here. Low, low. Let's see if this trend line will act as support anytime soon. We have this gap over here. Maybe today this gap will get filled, but 186, 187 area, very tough resistance. Guys and girls, if you want to become consistent, profitable trader, you need screen time. You need to be you need to have commitment to the process. Don't look at the P&L. You don't care about your P&L. You care about the process. You need the correct and the best tools that works for you. If you want, it's not a must, but one-on-one mentorship live with me, or the pre-recorded online Fibonacci program, both programs, lifetime access, support, guidance, all Discord channels, available in English or Hebrew. Your choice. Choose your path to financial freedom. Become your own indicator. Take your financial freedom in your own hands. Don't rely on anyone else to do it for you. And we have also nice discounts. Check the links in the description below. All the links, all the information is in this video's description. What else? SHL in the German. Siemens Health. Let's see. And as you can see, and it doesn't matter on which market you trade, which name you trade, it all comes down to Fibonacci and trend lines. What do you see here? Bounced off the 44.40, broke above the 40.50, 46.50. Next, 47.83. If you are long, nice job. Your stop should be or just below the 45.25 or just below the 44.30. You can check Fibonacci Traders Academy playlist. Look for the how to use ATR to manage your stop loss and the best way. You have this trend line above 40. If it will close above the wick above 48, it's heading towards this yellow trend line that will become a very tough resistance. So pay attention. Any other questions? Any other requests? If none other, so I want to thank you very much once again for joining this live. Enjoy the weekend. Shabbat Shalom. Shana Tova. Gmar Chatima Tova. And I will see you on Tuesday.